Here's a conversation reflecting on Chapter 11, Returning to Connection.
So let's get into it. We're looking at Mark Firehammer's chapter, Returning to Connection.
We are. And our goal here really is to look at connection in a completely new way.
Right. Not as, a feeling or some kind of emotional goal.
Exactly. But as a fundamental biological mechanism. I think the key quote here is from Proust about having new eyes.
That's the perfect way to frame it.
Because Firehammer asks us to use this all one thing lens. And the whole premise is that separation is the illusion, not the other way around.
So we're not trying to build a connection.
We're trying to experience the one that's already there, moving past just the idea of it.
I think we have to start with the definition then, because this totally flips the script on what connection even is.
It really does.
Most of us think of it as an emotional bond or, something you work on with another person.
Like something negotiated. But he argues it's none of those things. Not at its core.
So what is it then?
It's the lived awareness of being an inseparable part of a whole.
Lived awareness and not just thinking it.
No. Feeling it. It's physical. It's this ongoing sense that you belong to a living field that includes your body, the environment, everything.
And when that awareness is just there, when it's online.
Meaning and purpose are inherent. You don't have to go looking for them. You don't have to justify your own existence because you're just participating.
Which, of course, leads to the big question, if that's our natural state, what happened? Where did it go?
Well, that brings us to the great interruption. Civilization.
It's not that civilization destroyed connection, though.
No, not at all. It interrupted our awareness of it by prioritizing things like independence, efficiency, individual performance.
Connection sort of got pushed to the side.
It became peripheral.
Yeah.
And our nervous systems adapted. Interpretation replaced just being in tune with things. Vigilance replaced just being present.
We basically traded effortless being for, high alert efficiency.
That's a good way to put it.
That sounds exhausting. And, it sounds a little too familiar. Is that constant urge to check your phone or your email? Is that part of this?
It absolutely is. And the book is very clear that the tension, the exhaustion, the withdrawal we all feel, that is not a personal failure.
Say that again, because I think people really need to hear that.
It's not a failure of character or some kind of pathology. It's a predictable, systemic outcome. The system is just compensating for a fragmented environment.
So it narrows its focus and turns up the threat detection because that feels safer.
It feels safer than openness, yes.
Okay, so if it's a systemic adaptation and not a personal flaw, how do we reorient? How do we get back?
Well, the path back isn't about some big insight or a dramatic breakthrough. It's about continuity.
It starts small.
It starts very small with orientation.
Can you give us a concrete example of that? What does orientation mean in practice?
It's just the nervous system noticing where it is. So for anyone listening, take a second. Are your shoulders hunched up by your ears? Is your jaw tight?
I see. Just that simple act of noticing.
That's the beginning of the return. And from there, we have to tackle civilization's biggest misunderstanding about this.
Which is...
That connection equals weakness or dependency.
Right. That needing others or co-regulation is somehow a step back from being a strong, self-regulated individual.
But that's biologically backwards. Co-regulation, that mutual give and take between nervous systems, isn't a substitute for self-regulation.
It's how we learn it.
It is how we learn it. Connection is what makes our autonomy sustainable in the first place. When that awareness comes back online, the effort drops away. The world just feels less hostile.
Because your nervous system isn't organized around defense all the time.
Exactly. The thing that gets restored is this very subtle, very essential trust in being here.
So, wrapping this up, connection isn't some emotional peak we have to strive for. It's more like a stabilizing current.
A current that provides coherence. Yeah. And it quietly changes what feels possible for you.
And when enough people start operating from that place,
then connection stops being just a personal project and it starts becoming a collective condition.
Which leaves a really provocative thought for everyone listening.
I think so. The question is, what shifts for you in your day-to-day life if you start seeing your own disconnection not as a personal failure to fix, but as a systemic adaptation that you can very quietly begin to unwind?
Thanks for listening. Before moving on, take a pause and read the next chapter. The conversation for that chapter will be waiting here when you're ready.